Hello, Blader here. A few people asked me on how I did the custom font in my Wei Yi Sang solo videos. And it's not really much work, so I might as well do a video tutorial on it. So a bit of a shorter video this time than the 3-hour base Faust solo. So first you'll wanna go to Limbus company on your Steam, then the cogwheel for options, manage and browse local files. From there you should see a folder named Limbus company /data. So you enter that folder, and then you see, at this point you won't see, you have to create a new folder called lang, like shown on the video here. And in the folder you have to also create a text file with the JSON extension config.json. The contents of the JSON file should be as are here. So then when you open the game after saving the file and making sure that the folder is in, you'll see the select custom language option on the bottom left next to the clear caches button. For now, if you click it, it will be empty, as in there will be a list of custom languages to choose from, but since you don't have any, it will just be a straight line. You did see in the folder earlier that I had two fonts, but we won't be using those for the video since I kinda wanna make a new one first from scratch. So to make a custom font to use with this feature, you have to backtrack to the Limbus company data folder and go to the assets one. And then from assets to resources /moved to localize. And you have all the languages here. Since this is only a custom font and not a custom language, you'll want to click on the EN one. Preferably copy it somewhere, because this is just the English localization files. So just prepare a folder and copy it. Copy the entire EN folder into it, and we'll be working on that one instead. So then you click on, for example, E.G.O voice dig for the E.G.O voice dialogues, and you see you have all the E.G.O voices here. What the custom language patches want you to do is inside your custom language folder, you need to have your translated files, or untranslated if you're just doing the font, with the, like for example, EN voice E.G.O Faust 2. The files have to have the EN / removed from the start of them. So you'd think this is a really bad ordeal to go through, as you'd have to rename all of the files manually. That is not the case, as we can just go to a website I like using, named web rename, where you can just replace the name portions at large, effectively doing what the game wants you to do. So you select all the voice E.G.O files and drag them into the web rename window. So here they pop up, and you can see the original file name and the new one is the same because we haven't done anything to them yet. So let's go a bit higher up. After we click the replace button, we can input EN / into search text. And then replacement scope. For most files in the game, this doesn't matter, but when you're replacing stuff like identity voice lines, you want to make sure it's on replacement scope first, as if you do all, it will also remove EN / from the tail end of files like 7 Faust. So it would be Seth Faust instead of 7. So the game would kinda just break. So then we click preview, and you can see the file names changed. So then we do apply, and we download them all. It gets into a zip file, so you have to go to the E.G.O voice dig folder, delete what was there beforehand, and unpack it. There is a cheat sheet.txt file that comes with their web rename browser download. You can just delete that, it shouldn't be hard. So you can see now we have the correct format for all the files in the folder we have, in the template folder. Mine is named EN11.09.2025, since that's the last update date. So then once you have done that for all the files in the original folder, and have your custom folder prepared with the changed file names, you then create a font folder inside of it. And inside the font folder you have 2 another folders that you wanna make. Title and context. So title is for things like skill names during battle and in the ID kit previews. It's also for announcer names during battle. Most menu texts like Sinners, Mirror Dungeon, and the identity names in the theater and Sinner names. While context is for skill descriptions, announcer dialogues, E.G.O dialogues, and if the enemy has any, then also for their special lines like a gas harpoon at the start of the fight in Mirror Dungeon. Carve yourself in my stead. Yeah, so basically those. For the fonts, you can just use whatever font you wanna use. If you don't have a font you wanna use, but you also don't want to use the default ones for your translation or something, because remember, this tutorial is only for the custom fonts, but you can also just go into the files and change the text or ID names or skill descriptions to whatever language you want them to be in. It's just gonna take a very long time if you do it by yourself, and it's almost gonna be impossible to keep up with the weekly updates. So I'd recommend doing it in a group if possible. Yeah, but back to the topic, if you want custom fonts and don't really have a good source for them, you can just go to like Font Squirrel or something. You can see that the Acaris Grotesque font I used in the Wei Yi Sang videos is even on the top one in the recommendations. So for this tutorial we'll be using Metropolis Bold as the title font and Fotny Rodin Pro NB as the context font. And then when we enter the game again, after putting those in, we will see that the video tutorial custom language is selectable as an option. And then once we select it, we have to restart the game to apply the language change or the custom font change. And after we do that, now there should be a clip of me showing off the changes playing. You can already see that the combat tips are changed. Yeah, here Ishmael's dialogue is in the Fotny Rodin and V font. The window and other buttons are in the Metropolis one. Extractions are changed to whatever you want it to be. Sinner's menu. like the Kurokumo-kan captain name, Ishmael name is in Metropolis bold. This is in Putney Road in the skill descriptions. Snack harpoon. Yeah, in the theater now, all the sinner names are changed. There is a bit of a problem with Ryoshu and Yasunyada Tarupa Mainu Heathcliff, where the special characters aren't supported by many languages, so you have to watch out for that when choosing the fonts you want to use. And yeah, that's basically it. If this tutorial helped you in any way, make sure to like the video and leave a comment. And I'll see you in the next solo, I guess. See ya.